Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to Aurora 4X, where we're playing some lovely Dwarf Fortress in space style. Highly difficult shenanigans, but we have the beginnings of our fleet. In fact, if we go over here into our task window, you can see that our task group actually has 4 of our light cruiser Hastings class ships. They actually have 104% hour, which is a little bit of a bug. If it was actually any more than that, I'd probably go and edit it, but if we go down... Hastings. Yeah. Right, okay. So the way this works in Aurora is if you fill something full of missiles and then you make the thing smaller or remove it, the missiles actually still stay in the ship because the ship doesn't realize that its capacity for carrying stuff has changed. However, it is very much cheaty, and I'm gonna just lower this. There we go. And I will save this. You don't actually have to unlock your ship, by the way. You can do this, and it will change the ships that you've currently got, because you're not actually changing the ship, you're just changing effectively the ship's order for how much it can carry. So feel free to do this. You can also do the same for the rank info. So if I say that the minimum rank for the ship is like a First Space Lord, you can do that, and it won't need to be saved or remodify the ship or anything, because this is just our order relating to the ship, so you're fine to do that. As it is, our fleet's busy. Let's just double check. We've got new ships building. We're at 80% on the Bring It All Back class of our destroyer escorts. Roughly halfway on some more fuel harvesters. 2/3 of the way on some more Ruon freighters. Our jump tenders are going to take a while. We'll need more of those, remember, because they do need a number of them, because each one can only carry 3 people with them through a jump point. So unless we do 2 jumps, which is tedious and annoying, we'll need more. We've also got over here at 60% the Elizabeth, which are our command class. Also point defense. They're anti-missile point defense, aren't they? Not really much else. This is the main one that we need. Our light cruisers are going to be our attack force. They're the ones that can do damage, so they're going to take a while longer. We're looking at what, May next year? Yeah. May next year is when I'll have a force viable enough to actually take the fight to someone. At which point we will definitely be going and attacking the Aurora, who've been a pain in our hide for quite a while. If we have a quick look here, this is our system, Sol. Kavan's where we're setting up shop, but Empros, Liara, and Nanon, all of which are effectively got from independent systems. None of them are attached to the same system. All of them have the Aurora in them, or at least we encounter them in numbers enough to make us a bit concerned. So we're going to have to go and maybe poke Liara. In the meantime, let's go fast forwards. Gonna see what we got. Do-do-do-do. We're also working on a terraforming habitat. We're up to 30% on our left on our planet. Is an set of all 5-year survey orders. We built the Hastings CC001, which is the command cruiser, I believe, from the Hastings group, which means we have a spare slipway, which means we can build another one. Checking, we have... No, it's a CC. Is it Hastings? It was the original one, right? Yes, it was one of our... Right. And let's just double check this. Hastings CC001, Hastings CC class. So it was a Hastings CC, which is the command variant, the light cruiser leader. We are building a second one, a light cruiser leader, Sterling Bridge CC002. Do we want to build another? Yeah, they only lose a few launches to the extra range that they have on their sensors, so we probably want to build another one. So we will go and open you. Please build me a Hastings CC. Now, the question is, what are we going to use for our battle? I believe the Battle of St. Albans was next on the list. So St. Albans, CC003. We'll add that task. Now, looking down our list of population, Mars is up to 7.48 million. Kavalan's almost up to 1 million. And do we still have a worker shortage? No, we've got available workers of almost 40 million. We've got plenty. We just need to shift them over quicker. In fact, it would be great if we could, but way off right now. How are we doing for our minerals? Okay. Earth is going to run out, but it's probably going to take another, it says, 11.6 years. As we speed up our production, it's probably going to decrease to about 8. So we need to have the ability to replicate this entire production of minerals on other planets, or we're going to have a problem with getting enough stuff out. Corundum is the main issue right now, and we are working on that with Kavalan, but it's looking iffy. We've only got 5,600 left. Okay. All of that. No, God, we got another defensive system person. God damn it. You're doing jump point surveys. That is perfectly fine. Continue doing your job. The question is, what will we see while we wait for our fleet to be fully ready? We complete some Ruon class, which is lovely. And an active research lab on Earth, which is great. Let's sort that. So this research lab can be added to our fusion boosted warhead. And as for the Ruons that just got produced, we're going to split the task group. And we'll just get them to join up with the other Ruons, who I believe are marked as Freighters Mark II. They are not in the Sol system right now, so they will be in Kavalan's system. So skip through to Kavalan, Sol Freighter 2, join. Now, there is a chance that as we try and join them, we'll jump through the jump point, which is our first order, and they will then be in the Sol system. At which point we'll get an error saying, target, is not in this system. But then we have to just jump them back through the jump point and get them to join, so that's something to look out for. It's not a problem, though. So in fact, that's actually quite likely. And continue on. By the way, currently in the metagame, running on the Discord, the election is still open. The election has started. I had to start it early just to make sure that, we don't start the election in the middle of an episode and end in the middle of an episode, and it takes all of about 10 minutes for people to register and then vote for parties when they aren't around, which would be a little bit unfair. There we go. Destination of fleet is in a different system. So bring you up, remove, jump back to Sol, task group, Sol freighters, join. Easy enough. And we've done our research into combat drop module. Now, we were working our way towards the cryo drop module, which allows you to actually freeze people in their drop pods and then drop them at the ground, and then unfreeze them on the way. Don't just fire them at the ground frozen. Actually, that is a very, very good story, which is going to be a total segue from the game, but I'm definitely going to bring it up because it is 100% worthwhile. So, there we go. Combat Drop Module Cryo Battalion. Those of you who don't know, there is a thing called the Channel Tunnel. It is a tunnel that goes from the UK to France. It goes under the Thames, sorry. And it goes under the Channel. Now, through that go trains. And the trains move pretty fast, obviously, as you might expect. When they were building the Channel Tunnel, they were concerned that an errant bird might fly into the tunnel, get trapped there, obviously, because tunnel, and it's underwater. And then a train going very high speeds would hit said bird. And at very high speeds, that would be somewhat dangerous. So, how would they test their little train? How would they make sure that it was protected against a bird and, the driver right behind the train's, windscreen didn't get minced by a bird? Well, they said to the Royal Air Force, they said, hi, we've got this problem. You've probably dealt with this before, hitting birds at high velocities. How will we go about testing this? And the Royal Air Force said, oh, well, we've got this thing called a compressed air gun. It's basically a compressed air gun. You get yourself like a chicken or whatever from the supermarket. You put the chicken in the gun, and then you fire the gun using compressed air, and then, you see what happens. So the people making the Channel Tunnel, they said, oh, that's great, thank you very much. Can we borrow one? The Royal Air Force said, yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's the manual. Here's everything. Blah blah blah. Go nuts. And so they set it up. They put the train in front of it. They put the compressed air gun in front of that. They put chicken that they got from like Tesco's or somewhere into the gun, and then poof, fire the chicken. It went smash straight through the window, straight through the chair, straight through the door behind the driver's chair, into the carriage, and stopped at the other end of the carriage. Obviously, that's not good. You don't want to, accidentally murder half the people in your train because a bird flew into the tunnel. So they reinforced the window, they reinforced the door, and they fired it again. This time it went straight through the window, straight through the chair, hit this reinforced metal door, and put a massive dent in it. So they reinforced it again. They had to put like the bulletproof glass in, and they fired it again, and this time it like completely smashed the front window but stopped in the compartment itself. And at this point, they've put in ridiculous amounts of padding and so on, and bulletproof glass and metal doors, and they went back to the Royal Air Force and said, guys, how did you deal with this? Because it seems incredibly over the top. And the Royal Air Force went, you did defrost the chicken, right? No one had bothered to mention that you had to defrost the chicken before putting it in the compressed air gun, because someone who wrote the instructions to the RAF was like, this is obvious. I don't need to document this, because obviously your real-life scenario is not a frozen chicken. But obviously at the other end, the Channel Tunnel guys have been like, oh yeah, you just put the compressed chicken, okay, bang. A frozen chicken is basically a bowling ball. Like, that is solid ice block. There's not much that will stop that, as opposed to like a real life bird is kind of squidgy. Like, it's a sack of fluid. It's not solid. So there you go. That's your real life story about documentation. It's hard. There will be always something you forget. Either way, we've done our research into our battalion, so we're going to continue on. I think what I'll do here is I will cut away, and we'll cut back when something important happens. We've actually got our fusion-boosted warhead coming soon. A fusion-boosted fission warhead, which is basically any, like, hydrogen bomb. Like, that's a fusion-boosted fission. That's effectively what they are. Because it's a fission warhead that initiates nuclear fusion. That's the point. This seems like something we have right now. Either way, we'll keep researching, and I'll catch you in a second. So, we managed to do our research into the fusion-boosted fission warhead, which means that our warhead is now 5 damage per MSP. And if you recall, our old warheads are only 4 damage per MSP. So we can increase the yield for free, effectively, on our missiles. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to call this the Eagle 3. Again, we're not changing anything about the engine. They will fly at the same speed as all the old missiles, so they can be fired in a salvo without distributing the salvo and making them easy to shoot down, but it will just mean that the new missiles are going to have a higher yield. So we will in fact save this. We'll select the series. It's the Eagle series of ASMs. We won't change anything else. Normally at this point, because it's 15, that's so close to a square number, and remember we talked about a while ago about how square numbers are better at penetrating armor. We could get to 16, so close. But again, we won't. Like, if we went to there, that's 16. But we'd have to redo the missile. And the missile's pretty slow anyway. If anything, I'd probably drop this back to 9 and then have a faster missile. But for this will do. And you are going to be called the ASM 6 because you're a size 6 missile. And you're going to be the Eagle 3. Create, assign to, fails to assign, and then set the series there manually. Research, this is kinetics, Eagle, instant, and then if we go to industry, we're still building the old Eagle 2s. So we're actually going to cancel that. We've got 423 left, so cancel. Missiles, and then we'll get we'll actually just get you to do that. Can't create half a missile, there's no point. Make sure that's in the queue. There we go. So that will have a 15 yield rather than 12. It's a minor upgrade, but it's an upgrade that's effectively free, so might as well do it. Either way, we're going to continue on. We've had a few slipways added, etc. We've done some research. I've told them to research the missile agility next, which is a nice increase. So relatively easy to do. Oh, pardon me. I'm allergic to research, apparently. But more importantly, we've actually had a few fuel harvesters come out. I've told them to build some more, and we've also had our first destroyer escorts produced. We can see here that we have the Don't Stop Moving, the Never Had a Dream Come True, the Reach, and the S-Club Party, and I've told them to be replaced and start working on another tranche of destroyers. But again, I'm going to cut away, and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, it's all going wrong. Our racial wealth is now minus 7,000, and we're losing minus 2,000. Yeah, this is not good. Racial wealth is negative. Production will be reduced accordingly until the debt is repaid. Yeah, let's stop production of fuel, because we don't produce that much anyway. That'll save us a little bit of money. We're gonna have to... we need... Oh, God. Cancel our agility... No, cancel the combat drop module. And construction production, expand civilian economy. That's 20,000. Yeah, sure, do it. That'll take a while to do. And financial centers, we're going to have to up that. So I think what we'll do is... I need the Gaia out. It's so close to being out, but... I think I'm going to turn research labs to 0. I will actually just take it off entirely. I will take production of construction factories off, infrastructure off, automated mine off, hell, mine as well. We'll actually put everything on hold except for financial centers. And we'll put you up to 60%. I'll add an extra 100 to that. That's going to cause a massive strain on our economy. In fact, we'll actually take us negative on corundium. That's a problem. Right. We could also stop buying minerals from some of the nearby civilian mines. That would save us some money. I think it's worth jumping forwards 30 days and seeing. The other choice is we could fiddle around with the governors and maybe get a governor who's particularly good at wealth creation. That'd be a big bonus, because, of course, we've seen you've got stuff like plus 30% governors. Plus 30% is a lot. So, we'll see. We've built ourselves the first of the Elizabeth class. I don't think we're going to need to build any more of those. Because each of those is like, you need 1, maybe 2 per task group. We don't need, you know, more than 5 at the moment. So I think we're okay to just stop building now for them. Racial wealth is still negative. What is it on? It's 1,450 negative now. Okay, we've completed missile agility research. Fine. You've learned how to handle a lot more labs. Okay, let's just give you every lab for your research into economy. It'll be done in April. This was tough. I think we should be okay, provided we keep focusing. We'll check who our governor is and if we've got any alternatives. We want to go to Civilian Administrator. Isolod Cryo has no wealth bonus, but it has a 40% mining bonus, which is good. Shipbuilding bonus is also great. The factory production bonus is also really nice. We'll check for economy and see what we've got as an alternative. It's wealth, isn't it? Yeah. 15%. Factory, 15%. 15% mining, 10. 15. 15 mining, 15. Factory, 5. Population, 10. 15. Factory, 15. Mining, 10. Yeah. Everyone else is just so bad. No, it's not worth it. Which sucks. Who's assigned to Kavalan? Is there any way to tell? Current commander bonuses. Yeah, no one's assigned there right now. Is literally no one assigned to anything other than Earth? I should probably change that. Yeah, Grey's nobody assigned, White's assigned, so we should probably put mining bonuses on the rest of these. let's see which is our most important colonies. So obviously Mercury, really useful. Magnot Russell to an extent. Kvalan 5 is going to be important. And Kvalan A1 we could put like a population growth bonus on for the moment, because it is just a population colony. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to try and concentrate on this. Although, we could get some more corundium from Enk. I know he's running out pretty quick, though. So I'm just going to put this on the other screen, just so that we can have a look at commanders over here. And we're going to want to make sure Mercury has something good. So, Zachary, you're only good at mining, which is great, because Mercury literally only has mines on it. Nothing else, so... Zach, you're off to Mercury. I'm going to assign you there. Kvalan, I'm looking for a population growth bonus, followed by hopefully a mining bonus. That'll do. And then we're looking at Enk, which is corundium. So we'll go back to our mining bonus again. 25%. Enk, assign. And then I believe it's McNaught, Russell, and Swift Tuttle. Although, Brooks, it's alphabetical. You have a mining bonus of 25. Sure. And then you can go to... What's that last one? Swift Tuttle. Right. That's good enough for now. But another 30 days. We should also start working on a new form of anti-missile missile, because we've got a larger warhead, which means we can reduce the size of the warhead on the missile, because it only needs 1 damage. And we also have higher agility missiles now, because we've got the bonus there. Racial wealth is still negative. Okay, our racial wealth is minus 1100 now, which is getting better. 100%. 100%. That's fine. You'll find other things to do. I'll keep going on. Hawking needs a job. And you're in the Williamson. Okay, so Williamson is here. Also, we found a new system, the Bracknell Exile system. Not a lot to really talk about in that system, so I didn't bring it up in between recording clips there. But we do have the Williamson system completely surveyed, and it has interesting things there. So I'm definitely down for having a look around it. If I can find my ship. There we go. Hawking. Please, jump through the jump point with the jump gate on it. This is a natural jump gate, one I didn't put on. You can tell because it's red. Which means that someone else put it there. Or it's just one of the ones that's there at the start of the game. Because some jump points do have jump gates on them at the start of the game. Like a long-lost race or whatever had built them. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's, you know, an alien race around who did it recently. Like an NPR or anything. And we'll keep going forwards. Hopefully we can get out of this situation. Especially if we get the 20% increase to our civilian economy. Should have seen that one coming, though. That's my bad. I could stop buying the produce of some of the civilian mines. They are quite expensive. That would be one way to solve our monetary issues right now. I want to try and avoid that, though, because they are useful. And we'll go forward another 30 days and then see what the result is. Hoping for something good. You know, debt reduced to a really small number, like, you know, less than 500. Okay, new system. This is the Breakfast at Gimli system. Always a good name. Breakfast at Gimli's. I say, breakfast at Gimli's. Nothing massively, you know, needs to be talked about there. It's a pretty standard system by the look of it. How much negative is our wealth? Minus 290. Yeah, that's really helping. The financial centers are being tried out. We should have the Gaia soon. That I'm looking forward to. Okay. Production's still negative. No, minus 629 now. Construction factory automated. Yeah, right. So what happened is, because we've completed the terraforming base, that's 40%, so we introduced another 10%, 10%, 10%. Yeah, 4 10% came along. And yeah, they're all good ones. You know, infrastructure, construction factory, mine, and automated mine, things we need. Right. Well, with that, we've finished adding a slipway to Michigan. That's fine. I think we can go send our terraforming base to go do some terraforming. Orbital habitat, Earth. We're going to rename you. And we're going to just rename you Terraforming Base Gaia 001, which should just name you the name of our base itself. Okay, let's send you not to Mars, not to Luna, not to Europa. We're going to send you straight through the jump point to Kvalan. And it'll take it a while. Like, it's going to take it a month to just do that. You can tell because its current order is going to take 32 days. And then we go to Kvalan 1, which is a population. And that will take it almost 3 months to get there. It's big, it's slow, it weighs, what, like 2 million tons or something. However, when it does get there, we need to give it terraforming orders. So to do that, we're going to go to Kvalan 1, the human population. Environment. Okay. So the current surface temperature in Celsius is 103.87. We need to reduce that. We also need to actually give it an atmosphere. Now, the first part of any atmosphere, if you've got humans, is to make sure they have a basic minimum amount of oxygen. Any humans, like, you haven't created a special race, you're using default race. Any humans need 0.1 atmosphere of oxygen minimum. And then they need between 10 and 30% of the atmosphere to be oxygen, which means that your minimum atmosphere is a third of an atmosphere, because 10% of that is 0.1, and you need 0.1 oxygen minimum. So we're going to have oxygen of add gas to atmosphere, maximum atmosphere 0.1, and then we'll save that. So what will happen is the terraforms will get into orbit, then they will oxygen, add oxygen until 0.1 atmosphere is done. At which point it'll be like, oh, we've met the requirements, we've stopped terraforming. And then we'll add something to reduce the temperature, which will be, if we look, anti-greenhouse gas. Well, or decrease the temperature. So for now, we're good with that, and it will go do its job. And our racial wealth is still negative. Ugh. It'll take its time to get there as well, but when it does, it should act pretty quick. It's got a lot of terraforms on it. We've built a few new fuel harvesters. Yep, we're up to 22. We've completed our research into expand civilian economy. How negative is our money situation? Technically, our money situation is positive, but we need to pay off the back log. We've got 11,000 we owe back, so we're gonna have to keep focusing on trying to get our economy up. This is minimal. However, we do have ourselves some new fuel harvesters. So grab them: the Baltimore, the Detroit, the Houston, and New Orleans, and split them. Task group order, task group. Sol freighters to join. And then I'm tempted just to push all the way, focus on civilian economy through the roof, get another 20%. It's going to cost us 40,000 research, which is expensive. At the same time, we have got someone who's a 65 bonus, so this will probably take like half a year. Oh, it'll take almost a year. Okay, well, I think we still do it. We need to. But we should be a bit better off than we were now that our economy's coming back. Oh, did I just tell them to join Soul Freighters by mistake instead of the Fuel Harvesters? Yep. That's something I need to check on. Whoops. That's the benefit of having Twitch chat around. Yes. Yes, I did. Oh, split them out. Then, task group. I meant to add them to Fuel Fleet Sol. Thank you very much, Twitch chat. That's saved there. Construction of anti-missile missiles completed on Earth. We've completed the colony ship. And have expanded into more civilian mines, which means we're actually paying more. Racial wealth is negative, but we're making a little bit of money. It's not much. It's not much. We've still got to pay for our expanding military costs as well, so this is going to be tough. But we also want to produce ourselves a new anti-missile missile. And this is very important, because our anti-missile missiles at the moment are terrible. They are bad. So we're going to pull up everybody's favorite sheet, the Aurora missile calculator, and we'll also pull up this as well so we know what our stats are. So I'm just going to quickly enter these stats. So damage is 5 per MSP, our agility is 48 per MSP, our engine power mod I believe is 0.6. Design. Missile engines. 0.6. Yes, it is. Oh, no, sorry. Our engine power mod is actually 0.8. Because we're on magneto plasma drive. And then, yeah, 0.6. And then our max mod is 400%. Because 4 times. Yes. Okay. So, bringing this over, you can see we've got that all set up. Total MSP, we want it to be 1 size. Desired damage 1. Right. This is a lot more favorable. It's still pretty terrible, but it's a lot more favorable. We want a range of about 3. So we can actually decrease this to 0.0035. 0.003. I don't think we're going to get much bonus there. 0.005. Yeah, it's not really changing over here. What we really need is a better engine for the missile, I think. I think that's our main problem here. Yeah. So, I'm going to put this on another screen, and we are going to make a new engine, which is going to be an engine MSP of 0.49. Is that the engine we already have? Nope, nope, we've got a bigger engine here, 0.57. Really? Really? I get the feeling that this missile might be better. Let's just input that fuel. 0.0081. It's about the same. The stats come out as roughly similar. Like, nothing really changes. That fuel, it's not going to make much of a difference, I feel. Yeah, use the same engine. Might as well. Save us some trouble. And then we'll just set the... Why are you still size 1? If we've decreased the size of our warhead... Oh, right, we haven't decreased the size of our warhead, actually. There we go. And then... What, we increase the agility by a little bit? We can go to like 0.22. Yeah, that massively helps. That interception rate at the 10 kilometer is much, much better. I assume it's still going to tail off towards the much faster speeds. Yeah. We'll give it a go, why not? Warhead 1. Armor 0, maneuver rating 21. Velocity is good. Yeah. Don't know why this sheet is not quite as good as I'm expecting. Either way, it doesn't tell us the velocity for intercepting, you know, 30,000, which is what we need. So we will save you. We'll select the anti-missile, and we will call you the AMM Finch. Create. Yes. Set series. And then research. Missiles kinetics. Instant that. Industry. Missiles. Finch. And we will produce 500 of them. With, I guess, 30% of our industry, so they can be done at the same time. And yes, they will be done September next year. Okay. Let's continue on. Hopefully our wealth will be positive for a little while. Racial wealth is still negative. Yeah, it's coming in, but it's slow. Yeah, we do need that research and that money. Because right now, as our racial wealth is negative, everything is being slowed down. All of our production is being massively, massively, massively curtailed. So that's something we want to try and avoid. Either way, we have ourselves a new missile. We're coming out of the financial crisis slowly. We've got ourselves a Terraformer, which is in Kavalan right now. I think it's in Kavalan. Yeah, I think it's crossed over. And I should be adding atmosphere to Kavalan 1, at which point we'll move on to Kavalan 2. And should get ourselves two pretty useful planets with a good deal of resources on them. Aha! We've built some more Hastings class. The Tewkesbury, the Towton, and the Bosworth. With supply of neutronium helio, piece exhausted. The Heisenberg had a maintenance failure. Which was still negative, okay. Right, with that, I know we are not doing great on our wealth right now, but we do need more. Because these are our main, you know, the main damage dealers, the light cruisers. So we're going to make more. Sorry, but it has to be done. Right, pulling up the list. Is it the Lindisfarne that we're going to do next? Yeah, it's spelt kind of specifically, so it's not really a battle so much as a raid, but we'll totally take it. Lindisfarne. We'll take Lewis as well. And last but not least, we will take Colcudden. That's a good one. Colcudden. Right, and over here, we'll probably get ourselves another destroyer leader. And this should be the natural Do we have the... Do we have the Love It Gonna Wait Forever? Or I Really Miss You? I'm gonna go with the I Really Miss You. That sounds like a really good name for a point defense. Okay, won't produce ourselves any more of the CC Elizabeths just because they're pretty expensive, being very large, and we don't need huge amounts of them. But with that, though, I think that's a good place to end this episode. We are slowly coming out of the economic depression. It's going to take a while, but the research we're going to do in about half a year's time should help. Either way, I've been EnterElysium. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have, like, subscribe. Check it out on the Twitch if you happen to catch one of the streams. But until next time... Pardon me. Until next time, stay shiny. There we go. I can YouTube.